Welcome guys to Crypto Secrets, and I'm Wing. So today we're going to discuss about Sphere Finance. So Sphere's Finance, it's another DeFi play. There's so many DeFi protocols, DeFi platform in crypto nowadays. But why? Why should we really look into this project? Alright, you guys are into a treat today, so make sure you stay tuned and watch till the end. Now let us discuss about Sphere Finance. So basically this token is a form of rebasing token. Now if you guys don't understand rebase token, alright, let us look at this. So rebase token is something called an elastic supply token. So it means that it has an ever-changing, right, a changing circulating supply. So meaning that there is a smart contract, all right, there is a contract which automatically changes the circulating supply depending on, all right, the underlying value of the whole project, right? Traditionally, so the older rebasing project, they will actually change your supply. So imagine that Bitcoin is a rebase token. So basically, if you have one BTC today, and if you wake up tomorrow, you may have two Bitcoin, but each are worth half of what they were yesterday. That's how rebalancing works. All right. However, in the newer projects, newer rebasing programs, rebasing coins, they do not have this, right? They use different mechanisms such as tax, such as burning, all right, and also a treasury to back the tokens in order to create a more deflationary coin or more deflationary mechanism. So let us continue. Now, going back to Sphere Finance. So what makes it so special? Now you look at this value, all right? This is madness. 99.90k%. That means that in a year, with this token, with this coin, you can actually earn 999 times profit of whatever you have invested. So imagine you invest 1,000 USD in a year, you're getting 999,000. Now isn't that madness? How is that possible? Isn't it a scam, right? Well, at first glance, this is a scam. All right, it's not possible. How do you earn 999 times without an increase of token price? This is without calculating the price increase in the token. So imagine that if the token price increased by 10 times, you'll be getting 10,000 times profit in a year. Now let us continue, let us discuss. So how does all this work? How can this protocol, how can this coin achieve this amazing APY? Now first is by taxes, right? So for each buying and selling of the Sphere token, there will be roughly about I think it's about 20% tax. Alright, so this means if you buy 1,000 USD of coin, you will only be getting 800 tokens, while 200 USD worth of those tokens will be going to the protocol, which is 3 to 5% of that transaction goes towards the treasury. We shall discuss further. 5% to the liquidity pool of Sphere, and 5 to 10% to their RFV, which is risk-free value. So risk-free value is usually in USDT or USD, right? So they will convert this into USD to back the treasury as well. Now at the same time, this protocol has something called a dynamic tax. So what is a dynamic tax? Meaning if you are a whale, you own a huge load, truckload of token, you get taxed more when you sell. So if you hold 1% of the total liquidity pool and you sell, you get an extra 5% tax. If you hold 2%, you get 10% tax, and the list goes on this protects the protocol from whale manipulation. So it goes up to a 70% tax. So imagine you're a big whale, you are selling 50,000, you're selling 100,000 or a million worth of tokens. So let's say you get taxed 70%. So you own, if you sell a million, you only get back 300,000, and 700,000 goes back to the protocol. This protects the protocol and also creates the economy to maintain that crazy 999 x APY. Now let's move on. Now another thing to consider is that this project is relatively new, so it's only been around for 2 weeks, and as we can see, for Q1 we have our liquidity bootstrapping using their launch fund to purchase valuable governance tokens from other projects, which has been ongoing. Now we are heading into Q2, which are Sphere Games. So Sphere Games, it is mentioned that it's a deflationary positive sum lottery where no one loses and there is 10 win every 3 days. So by having, by incorporating games and lottery into the protocol, it actually helps to maintain the economy, helps to maintain the APY that the project generates. And in Q3 we have this Operation Bright, whereby Sphere will incentivize other protocols to participate in the Sphere war. So not much information as of now, right? Let us move on. Now, other things that we need to consider for new projects is that whether this project is a scam or not. All right, it's the first thing that comes to mind with a 99.9k% APY is that this is a scam. All right, so to be more confident in such projects, Sphere's Finance is actually in the progress of being audited by CertiK. CertiK is the top of the game in auditing smart contract, and at the moment it has an 86 security score, which is pretty darn good. All right, pretty good. So it's still ongoing. And the next thing to consider is that Sphere Finance has been KYC'd, all right, by Obsidian project, the Obsidian group. Now it means that the people or the developers has been identified, has been KYC'd by Obsidian, but they do not, these guys behind Sphere doesn't want to be known, they want to stay anonymous. So they use Obsidian, right, as an intermediary in order to stay KYC while being anonymous. All right, so what is Obsidian? So what is Obsidian? So Obsidian is it allows anonymous crypto teams to build trust with their communities without making their identities public. All right, this is a very interesting project as well, and it gives us confidence in the project. So now this Obsidian is a project by this guy named Jesse Eckel, pretty amazing guy. Right, you can have a look at his YouTube channel, honest reviews on projects. Okay, now last thing to consider is the price of Sphere Finance currently is 0.0467, and it's actually already up almost 10x from its launch. All right, so it's been a crazy time, 10x in a matter of 2 weeks. Crazy project. So there is some risk involved, right, because it has already made such a huge run. So other investors might be planning to take profit. So if you were to buy, you need to be really careful at this point. But that 99.9% APR is really attractive. So now after all of this, I would like to summarize to you guys, all right, my thoughts on this project. So again, before I offer my point of view on the project, a disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor, so cryptos are very volatile, very high risk investment, so please do your own research before you jump in. All right, My content is just for educational and entertainment purpose, so make sure you do your own research. Now, moving on. So I think many of you guys would not really understand how the economy, how does this protocol sphere finance function, how does it maintain its price, how does it maintain its APY. So I've made a summary, you can see from this diagram. So this is our liquidity pool of our sphere. So whenever one person buys or sell, all right, they become a holder, all right, 5% will be returned to the liquidity pool, all right, some sort of buyback over here, okay. And there's also some burn mechanism which is still unclear at this moment. And then we have 3 to 5% going to the treasury. So the treasury, they can use the money for more buybacks, for DAO token acquisition, meaning they buy more tokens, more liquidity pool tokens from other protocols, right, to earn more, to grow the treasury. And there's this new thing called a quantum liquidity pool. Maybe I'll do another video just to explain of this. And also there is this gaming, which all contributes back to the project, all right, contributes to the price, to the amount of coins in circulation, all right. At the same time, we have a 5 to 10% going to your risk-free valuation, which is the USD backing. So from here we can see that, well, at a glance, pretty decent economy. It seems to me, in my opinion, it seems to be sustainable in the midterm. Maybe we see in months and so on, because we are at the kind of in a bull trend. So in bull trends, these guys really do fantastic. Now, next, now comes this. In my opinion, we need to consider the pro and con of every single project before we invest. So now, what is the pros of this project is that it is a new project. It's 2 weeks old. This means that there is still, well, not much hype with this project. There's still lots of room to grow. So in crypto, the old saying is that those who invest early will always be profitable, right? So that's the first point. It has a small market cap, actually not too small, now about 19 million, but compared to other rebase token like Olympus DAO or Wonderland, still small market cap. And yes, no marketing yet, so it's pretty less known coin, but from the roadmap it seems marketing is coming soon. So once there is proper marketing, I believe it will really skyrocket, all right. And also there's wonderful new DeFi idea, because this protocol has a rebasing of every 30 minutes rebasing. They have this something called a quantum liquidity pool. Fantastic and brilliant ideas from the project. Gaming DeFi coming soon. It is also partially audited by Certic and KYC by Obsidian. So the risk of a rug pull is okay, all right. I wouldn't say it won't happen, but I'm more confident to invest with this KYC, with this audit by Certic. Now, coming on to the downside, to the negative side, is that the same thing. There's two sides to a coin for new projects. So new projects, there's always risk, and the economy of the contract, of this smart contract, of this product is still not proven, unlike those in Olympus DAO or some if you've heard of Titano is a similar project, but has been around for about 3 months and has proven itself to be really good. Now, another thing is that no in detailed information on the tokenomics. So even though it is a rebasing token, we are not aware of what is the maximum token that can be minted. So, or is it infinite? We have no idea, right? So if it's an infinite amount of tokens, it will cause more dilution and a drop in value. So we have no information of this. And the burn mechanism for the tokens is still unclear at the moment. I couldn't find more information on this, I'm sorry to say. And next is the treasury is managed by the developers at this moment. So, and there is no transparency of treasury. So we do not know what liquidity pool these guys are investing in. We don't know the allocation, how many percent of USD, how many percent of liquidity pool tokens are in the treasury. So we are in the dark. We don't know what's happening compared to Olympus DAO or like things like Wonderland. They have a clear transparency of their treasury. And last but not least, this coin has already almost 10x from launch. So we are not actually at the level where we are really early, right? We can still get dumped by those guys who bought 10x 5x before this. So that is the pros and cons. But in my personal opinion, this is a very high risk project. All right, you may lose all your money, but the potential of this project is just massive. So if it just blows up, from the previous experience from a project called Wonderland, it actually went to a valuation of up to 2 billion. So imagine if this goes to 2 billion, that would be about 30x. Now 30x combined with your farming, it's going to be crazy gains. But then again, please do your own research, all right? And of course, for high risk projects, make sure to just allocate a small portion of your portfolio into this project. Now that's all from me regarding this project. So make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more interesting crypto contents. Signing out, guys.